Part 2, my apologies, Mr. Fat Finger here. I want to kill the hens and I present the video. So, meat wise, and it's crazy because you don't really need to eat meat, right? Look at vegetarian, look at vegan. But from a family once again that was working, I had money. There was always food in the fridge, and there was always meat in the fridge. Like, I remember being hungry and making myself a bacon sandwich. I was like 12, 13. The 90s. Bread, bacon grease, slack, that's it. What ended up happening was, with the apartment, yes, you want to eat what you want, but you still in a cycle of I ate this and I ate that. So meat was very expensive. So the first thing we did was go to the grocery store. Back then it was 2 chicken for $13. But then 2 chicken was a huge problem. See, the chicken only lasts a couple of days in the fridge. So, a maximum 3 days, 4 days. I had to eat 2 chicken. So very quickly, I got tired of eating chicken. And then, thankfully, it was born in the 90s, so the dollar store had a lot of meat. Surprisingly, they had, so meat-wise, what we would do, it's kind of a secret, which is not the review anymore. The review, you know, it tastes good, I like it. The store had mussel, sardines, and there was another one. Tuna, tuna, canned tuna for $1. So we would eat that a lot, and that was pretty much it. If you wanted to really cheat on what we would do, I would buy, the dollar store had crab dinner, or an imitation of crab dinner, or I would even buy, whatchamacallit? That was delicious too. I forget what it was called. Chef Boyardee, and it was ravioli, and they had a meat product inside. On my way to meats, and then we came back to the meat log, and I found that at Maxi. And then, if you're a fan of the channel, you know Maxi is my shit, my jam. So we go to Maxi, and I find these meat logs, and it was one of the most vile meat. My father was like, "Hey, Dad, I found this." I was like, "What do you mean you found this?" And I told him the price. I was like, "Holy shit, I have to try some." I'm filming over here, dude. And he was saying, "How do you eat that?" But for me, it was still like, okay, well, we're eating. I remember having a really nice sausage, because there was a lot more before. There was some garlic sausage. There was some sauté sausage. It was like $10 for like 3 meals, which was amazing. Now this one, does it taste good? It's okay. Am I gonna buy it again? Probably not. However, there is something there, and this is something that is kind of cool and kind of important at the same time. What is cool and important at the same time is that you got 500 grams for $5. It tastes like Spam. So, technically speaking, this is the weird part. This is the really weird part, and I hope this is not gonna sound racist, because I'm not trying to be racist. But for example, I had my friend, the Filipino friends, right, and they were eating balut, and they were eating like pork rind, right, and that was a product that we would throw away. I had the Moldavian. At work, they would eat frickin' the pig's head, right, and it's funny because most guys at work were fishermen. They like to fish, and they would fight. And I swear to God, I wish I was joking. They would fight over the fish cheeks and the fish eyes. And I feel like in certain culture, they had more of a difficult economy. Because they had more of a difficult economy, um they had to rely on something else. Look at the slavery. Soul food came out of slavery. Soul food is what? It's soul food, and I'm sorry if I'm offending people. This is not the goal. Please understand this, but it's a beautiful thing because soul food came from leftovers. They had leftovers. They had the grease from the food that was still there. They had flour, and that's how they invented. That's how they invented. I'm so fucking hungry. That's how they invented the food. Fried food was that, right? They would eat it's thing that you would see in soul food. You wouldn't eat yourself, but it's delicious, right? And surprisingly, in a lot of Asian culture, and it's to me it's insane because, and again, I hope I don't sound too racial. When I think about Asian countries, I think about noodles, I think about rice, I think about sushis, right? But they're very strong on fried chicken. Japan is one of the biggest fried chicken eater, right? Fried chicken is one of the cheapest meat, and once again, it is a great cheap way to make some delicious food. And I know the price of fried chicken did raise a lot lately, but still, go to fucking KFC, get like 10 piece. You'll still pay less than a steak, right? Which is what we're trying to do here. Those Asian countries, to come back to the sausage, they're very strong on spam. And spam is that. Spam is what? Spam is leftover from meat. So what they do, and please, if you're sensitive, don't watch this, okay? You can close the video and we're done with the subject. What they're doing is they'll take more they'll take bigger quality of content, better quality of meat. There you go. This is where we are. Yeah, we found a way to do this. We found a way to do to watch TikTok in a because oh my god, it's complex. So basically, with TikTok, what you do is shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I hate when you open something and it's screaming. I hate this. That's why I think it's important to have the intro. Dominic is your boy Ink. Not because you guys like it, and I know you guys like it, and I'm super happy that you guys like it, but more so because you want something to say, hey, this video is starting. If I'm starting the video with screaming, that's not gonna be enjoyable for you. It's not gonna be enjoyable for me. So then we cannot disconnect that because otherwise it gives me a little issue because it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't matter. We had a problem yesterday. We'll figure out how it works. So yeah, so with spam, what they'll do is they'll take a better part of the animals, better part of the meat, and they'll take a part that you're not supposed to eat, but are less tasty. For example, again, we're talking about soul food. Soul food, a lot of the soul food, what they'll do is they'll cook intestine, pork intestine, and I don't know if you had this, but it's not the most delicious thing. However, there's always a way to cook things that are better. Like the spam, it was better cooked. What they'll do in a lot of Asian countries, they'll fry spam. I never heard of that. But, you know, all this to say, there's always a way to elevate poor product. Yes, this is a meat log. Yes, this is not the best thing ever. However, cook it nicely, right? You know what? You don't want to cook? Fine. I don't want to cook either. Take a freaking piece of bread, toast it, take some mayo, put this in the microwave, mayo, this, a bit of ketchup. If you're feeling spicy, add the spice. I was eating a lot of it's funny because my father, my mom and my dad, they're both very helpful when it comes to my financial situation, right? My mom, she's more like, hey, do you need cash? You need cash. And it doesn't matter how much I tell her no, she'll insist, right? What the you see, I'm plugging it and it doesn't work, and I don't know why. Okay. Please just work once and you're fucking life. Well, I give up. We're gonna do it after and we're not filming. And my mom, she'll be like, hey, what do you need? And my father will not ask. He will just say, hey, I saw this on special, and I got you. And you bought me a lot of hot dog sausages because they're special on Costco. And I trust me, I'm feeling the same way. Who the fuck buys hot dog to help people out? I don't know. But I was tasting the hot dog. Now, is a hot dog one of the best meat ever? No. Is it close one to being one of the best meat ever? No. Is it delicious? Absolutely. You know? Take, and please understand I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm Canadian, right? Take a piece of single craft, which is a Canadian staple, right? Canadian single craft, they're mainly used to make craft grilled cheese. When you do taste the cheese itself, it's not the greatest. When the grilled cheese melted, it had a lot of taste. It's very flavorful. Um, Hot dogs are the same thing. You wouldn't eat a hot dog like that, but I put it in ramen, I put it in soup, and it really has the taste. I put it in a rice. The rice in itself, that's very bland. You put the sausage in, and the sausage being very salty, they'll come and salt up the rice, and it'll make it have a decent product. So, this is why I'm more lenient for this. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you're looking for a a lot simpler way to check it out, super simple. We had a product, it wasn't great. We had a product, we thought it was okay. It wasn't something I would buy again. However, I'm not a cook, and I'm trying to tell you guys, it's still food. There's way to interpret food. If slaves are able to make food that we're still eating today, now I want you to tell me the truth, right? So I want you to put yourself in a plantation, right? And I know this is gonna be very racially charged. What do you think they're eating? Right? Cool. Now, are we still eating soul food? Yes. Soul food is still part of the culture versus the food that the quote unquote elite was eating. And on that note, soul food had a bigger, better cultural impact. See, with food, it's not because it's meat log. If I had more, it's super simple. For the meat log, if we had more money, we would do it. And you guys saw it. You guys are witness to that. We did it countless of times. Tournament. We did it countless of times. How many times have I eaten chicken wings? Is chicken wings the best piece of meat? No. Are they one of the easiest thing to cook? Yes. See? And chicken wings, at the same time, yes, it's a bit more expensive. See, now it's working. Don't ask me why, okay? Do not ask me why. It's working now. Did you see me touch? Nothing. It's really odd. It's working. Don't ask me why. That's pretty much it. To be honest. See, with chicken wings, I could have bought some steaks. Right? That's pretty much it. Anyway, that's enough. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.